I forgot to do this.
Ooh, that's really tough.
Can I do this?
That is close to the surface.
Without making a mess? Probably not.
Oh, it's like a blanket of foam that's just like rumbling. Are you seriously not going to splash it out? Well done. Good. Don't get cocky. That's it. That's good. That's good.
I did it! Are you impressed?
I'm impressed. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time it's Chicky Baby Day, you'll be alerted to it.
You've never gotten up so early before.
I was so excited. I was like, is it time? Is it time? It felt like Christmas morning, because the chicken babies are coming today. Hopefully. They shipped out yesterday.
They shipped out yesterday. They're supposed to be here today. We ordered our chickens from My Pet Chicken. No affiliation. We don't make any money from them. But we have ordered from them before.
No dead ones yet.
And it's been pretty good, except for we did get a rooster once.
But I mean, they
did give us the money back for the rooster.
Yeah, but that really doesn't cover the expense. It was like the $3 for the chicken does not cover the expenses of relocating the chicken.
Or the, 10 or 12 weeks that you invested into raising that
you love them
and
so
falling
much.
in love with
Right.
it. And they're like, rooster.
But it just happens. Mm-hmm. I mean, we try as much as we can to buy like sex link chickens, basically that visually the girls look different than the boys when they're hatched.
Right.
So, but
that is not what we're getting this time.
No.
So what are we getting? We are getting two golden comets, which are sex link chickens. They're like super layers.
Right.
Right, because this is all about eggs. We are getting 2 Brahmas. I think we're getting the dark or the light. I think we're getting the light.
I thought we were getting dark.
Maybe we're getting dark. I don't remember. And then 2 that you picked out called the Speckled Sussex.
The Speckled Sussex. And that's the new kid on the block this time. We've never had Speckled Sussex before. Mm-hmm. But I'm always interested in like learning about new breeds. Mm-hmm. So we've enjoyed the Brahmas. Those are a big, heavy, hardy, feather-footed.
She crushes the eggs sometimes.
I mean, that's a feather-footed bird, a giant one. And then you have, like you're saying, the comets, which are also known as like red stars, Isa browns. There's like a lot of names for them, but basically, I believe they're an Orpington and a Rhode Island red.
Yeah, they're 2 different breeds combined together. Yeah. They make them super friendly. At least in our experience, super friendly.
Good layers.
Hot weather tolerant, cold weather tolerant, which is kind of weird that they're tolerant for both.
Yeah.
They follow you around like a puppy dog in the backyard. And then they are like mega layers. Like, I think they say they average like 300 to 325 eggs a year.
If you have a backyard flock or you're interested in having a backyard flock and you can only have a couple of chickens,
that's where I'm going. If you're looking for eggs,
I would go.
If you're looking for eggs, that's what I would go with.
Yeah.
And that's why we bought 2 more.
Yeah, so they're, like I said, they've got a lot of names. It's like a red comet, red star, lots of different names for them, but they're basically like a brown chicken and, or orangey looking chicken.
You know how Chris has that, like, science class with Chris Bear?
Yeah, we should have a
chicken class with Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel
nerds out over chickens.
So, like, she has just been learning. If you want to know about chickens, ask Rachel. She's never been a farmer. She's never hatched a chicken, never plucked a chicken, never, I almost want to say never cooked a chicken. You've certainly never, dressed one.
No.
But she knows everything there is to know about chickens because she just gets into there. One of the cool things that I found out, and that's why we ordered some more chickens with the golden comment to the Red Stars is we just recently learned that these really heavy egg layers bred for egg laying, basically all the chickens lay the same amount of eggs over their life. Just these put them all up front and then don't lay later.
Right.
Whereas other ones will lay for more years. So they're already 2 years in. So they have maybe another year left of laying.
Which is why you want
and
another
so we
group.
want that other batch because it's going to take about 6 months for this batch to become egg layers, which would put us right into the spring. But what do we do with a chicken when it's no longer a layer?
Well, they're in Florida, so you move them to a retirement community, and they live out the rest of their life.
You mean a giant cone that you put their head down in and go slit?
It's called, they get
How
to
are
be
you going to be a farmer?
the
You want to be a
elder
farmer.
statesman.
I thought you want to be a farmer.
I do, but I want somebody else to slaughter it.
That's not being a farmer. A farmer does it all for you.
Okay, then I'll be, what's one tier down from a farmer?
Okay. It is Wednesday. So I took the day off from landscaping because the baby chickens are coming today.
Priorities.
I've got some editing to do, but we need to start preparing for your baby shower on Saturday.
Which means that you better get a vat of yogurt started.
We need a whole bunch of yogurt, and since I only have the half-quart strainer, I actually, and you can't get the one that we have, or not the half-gallon strainer.
We're bringing in reinforcements.
We bought another one. We got this Euro Cuisine one, so we're going to go ahead and make basically a double batch and then put it in both of them because we need it for Saturday. So, if I make it today, it'll at least be ready tomorrow.
Right.
And then we need to make another batch as well. So I need a couple of batches of yogurt. And then we may do a live stream later, right? I think that was the decision to possibly...
Because I feel bad about Monday. I mean, there was nothing...
keto on the couch on Monday.
Nothing we could do. I mean, there was keto on the couch.
But not live.
But not live.
It's not the same when it's not live.
It's not. So.
And we didn't even premiere it, which was like really...
Because
it's here's the good level. And then premiere is here, and then down here, the old way.
I know, but we, fortunately... we're getting to talk to some other people and interviewing people for podcasts. So it was like we couldn't, abandon that. We were already doing other work. So
we already were booked for the day. So.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. And then food, have no idea.
So we're here at the post office to hopefully help the postal carrier by picking up the chickens here so that they don't have to go on the truck and wait the whole day to get to our house. So we're going to see, hey, do you have any boxes that may be chirping? Because I think those belong to me.
What happened?
They're not here yet. So I know that My Pet Chicken says that sometimes it could take a day or two to get here, but I hate that because I know it's a lot for little day-old chickens to have to travel. So I was really hoping that since we got the notification last night that they were on the overnight truck to our local post office, but maybe they're just not quite here yet. She took my phone number, which was really nice to call. I just know that if I was a postal carrier, it would freak me out with worry to have baby chickens, in my car with me. I would want to deliver that first, and I don't know what their routes are. So I wouldn't want to be panicking about holding somebody's pet. It's hey, hold this goldfish.
So we did check the email, and the email does say they're coming today by 6 p.m., but the last update is that they were still in Cleveland, but that's as of 5:30 last night.
Are they
they're probably on a plane somewhere.
Or are they doing the touristy thing? Are they just hey, we're in Cleveland, let's see what's around here?
Yeah, so it says that they're in transit, so maybe they're going to land later today and then they get delivered separately, because it does say by 6 p.m. today, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Meanwhile, I just realized I have a football game tonight, so...
I may be a single mother to start with.
You're gonna be a single mom.
Okay, so we had some things to return to Amazon, so we came to Whole Foods to make our returns. And while we're here, we always like to look around and see if there's something that, we could purchase for a review. And we were heading over to the Lily's section, and this is just a friendly reminder that even though it's Lily's, and that's a trusted brand within the keto community, it's a great company. We enjoy, a lot of their things. You still have to take a look at the ingredients and you need to take a look at the nutritional label to see if it really truly works best for you. And you know, right here it says less sugar, Sweet Life. Doesn't mean that, you know, this may necessarily be for you. And if you look over on the back here, you see there's actually 18 total carbs in a serving. There's 3 servings in this bag. And even if you go to a net carb protocol, you're still going to be looking at 7 or 8 net carbs per serving. So if you eat this entire bag, which I absolutely could, I mean, there's not that much in the bag. You're looking at what's 18 times 3, 20, 40, like almost 60 total carbs. And even if you're going to do a net carb protocol, you're still looking at like, what, 3 7s or 21 net carbs.
Now, you do have these, which are much better.
So this is, the total carb count for this is going to be 11. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what the total carb protocol is. So that's 11 in a serving, and a serving size is 28 grams. There's still 3.5 servings for this bag. So again, this is just a friendly reminder, especially as we go into the holidays. Just because it's keto friendly doesn't mean that you want to just indulge in this without taking a look at what the carb count really is.
I see something right behind you though. What is that? This brownie batter, because I'm seeing it says keto.
It says
from
keto.
Evolved.
Keto.
Is that a new product?
Plant-based paleo. Let's see. 7 total carbs in a cup. There's 7 cups inside of this. This is brownie batter.
Ooh, we should get that for a review.
All right. Wow, now we headed over to Sam's Club, and it looks like we've skipped right past Halloween and Thanksgiving and gone straight to Christmas. But I have to say, I am dazzled by all of the outdoor stuff to purchase for Christmas.
Okay, I really want to buy these macadamia nuts. The problem is we would probably finish the entire bag in a day. But I do have a question. Can somebody explain the natural nut? What would not be natural about a macadamia nut? Okay, we're going to go ahead and make some yogurt for the party this weekend. If you haven't seen any of the videos on how to make this, I'll leave a link for one of them up here. But this is super, super simple to do. And you can make this like low fat, medium fat, or extremely high fat. The difference between them is going to be which kind of milk you use, as well as if you want to add heavy whipping cream. But very, very simple to do. All you need is an Instant Pot that has a yogurt setting, or any kind of pressure cooker that has a yogurt setting. You can also do it in a sous vide and other ways, but this way is super simple. So we're going to give you the fast version of how to make it. Then you don't even have to go bother watching those videos unless you want to see some of Rachel's antics, which is always a good thing. Over here, we actually have some ghee going. I've got 12 sticks of butter in there, and we're boiling off the water and getting rid of all the milk solids. But back to the yogurt. So we're going to make a gallon of it. So we're going to use 2 of these Fairlife containers. And then Rachel wants it very fatty for the party. So we're going to use some heavy whipping cream. And then we need a culture. We're going to use this. You can buy live cultures online. For me, this is just super easy. Go buy a small container of yogurt. So this is super simple. We're going to go ahead and add in our milk. And you can do this with 1 container or 2. This is the reduced fat, which would obviously give you a reduced fat yogurt. You can also use the red one, which is what we normally do. The red one will give you a little bit more fat. The only reason we're using the blue ones is because that's what they had at BJ's. So we're adding 2 containers, but normally I would only do 1. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our yogurt. And normally I would just put like 2 spoonfuls of this in. But since we've doubled the recipe, I'm just going to put the whole container in here. So this doesn't have to be an exact amount. This is basically just a culture. Next, I'm just going to take a whisk. Go ahead and mix that in there a little bit. And since Rachel wants it super fatty, we're going to go ahead and add in heavy whipping cream. You can add in as little or as much as you want. So we're going to add in this entire quart. And believe it or not, that is it. We are done prepping our yogurt. All we got to do is put the top on, and then we need to start the yogurt maker. So we're going to go ahead and put the top on, close it. I leave it on venting. Come down here, press the yogurt button, and then I let it go for 10 hours. And that's it. In 10 hours, we're going to come back. We will have yogurt at that point. It's getting started now. So we'll have yogurt in 10 hours, and then we strain it off so you get a super, super, super thick Greek yogurt. But you could eat it right at that time if you want. It'll just be higher in carbs because you haven't strained off all the excess whey. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to let this go. Also, if you haven't seen the other videos, one thing I always like to let people know, you don't have to be around at the end of 10 hours. If you let it go 12 hours, 14 hours, if this finishes at 10 hours and it's the middle of the night or you're at work, don't worry about it. When you come home, it could be 5 hours later. It's going to be completely fine. This is cultured yogurt. It'll be fine sitting on the counter. The bacteria is taking care of it.
The chickens are here.
Oh, they called you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to go get the chickens.
I am.
You were going to Walmart.
I was going to Walmart.
Are you going to go to Walmart first?
I will
or
go
you
to
just going
Walmart
chickens?
first.
Yeah, go to Walmart and then go get the chickens.
They're here. You ready to see them? So this is how they come. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Here's one. There's number 2. Here's number 3. These are definitely the Isa Browns or the Comets.
Anthony's coming.
Anthony's coming because the babies are here.
Anthony loves baby chickens.
How can you not?
Oh, look, he's putting his hair up.
Here's number 4. Ooh, look at that. I love that like chipmunk coloring. Number 4.
How are we going to sleep at night?
Here's
That they're in our bedroom.
5.
Wonder what
Look,
kind
look at that one already eating my bracelet. Number 5. And one more that's like, don't forget me. Number 6. How sweet. So the way that you can tell that this is the spotted or the speckled Sussex is because they have clean legs. There's no fur or feathers on their legs.
Okay.
But if you pick up one of these guys,
Oh, those are the.
These-
So we got dark Brahmas.
these
'cause
are
they're
the dark Brahmas. So that's the difference between them.
Chip, 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 chip. Chip, chip. Chip, chip.
So this is important. They're having their first water and they're getting electrolytes in their water. Got to make sure everybody knows how to drink. And there's pebbles we put in there because they will like tip over and drown. You have to be careful. You can't give them too much. Like you have to make sure that they don't like fall in head first and drown. They had a really long journey. So of course they're thirsty. And this is the first like water that they're having.
Well, at least for a little while, it looks like it's going to be one crazy keto. We've lost Rachel for a couple of weeks.
They're just so sweet.
Have you named them yet?
Yes, I think that since they are in October and, you know, that's the 10th month and J is the 10th letter of the alphabet, I think they're going to have all J names.
Okay. Can I ask how you've actually managed to get yourself into the bathtub like that?
I don't know. I've like
And how do you
contorted
plan on
myself.
getting out?
I even created a table out of my leg. So, you know what? This is a testimony to keto. I would not be able to be as close to my babies right now if it wasn't for the flexibility I now have thanks to keto.
Rachel has emerged from the bathtub.
But only for a minute so that I can fill up a little food bowl for them.
Really? I go to a game and this is what I come home to? There's a chicken in my bed.
There's a chicken in your bed. I mean, I have like a little thing down so when they poop, they don't poop on your bed.
You're in your glory right now. What's this one's name?
Joe Jr. It's a J name.
That is one of the golden comets, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I hear the other ones.
Yeah.
You're gonna make them jealous.
Where is my sister?
Are they behaving?
Yeah, they're doing really good. I think these are some of the most like spry chickens that we've had. Like they're very active, like right from the get-go.
I just finished making some of the most delicious bone broth. I have 4 of these mason jars. This is not all of the bones. There was actually a big giant knuckle bone, but I gave that to the chickens. There's still some like collagen and stuff on there, so I put it out and the chickens are all gnawing on it. Now, when you look at this, it's not clear because what I do is I make my bone broth in the Instant Pot. First, I take my bones, I roast them for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. I put them in the Instant Pot with some Redmond salt, fill it up with water. I put a little bit of celery, like 2 stalks of celery, all chopped up. I cooked it in the Instant Pot for about 4 hours. And, oh my gosh, it's so good. So I put it in the Instant Pot for about 4 hours. Then what I do, I open it up. I take out all the big bones, make sure there's no bones at all, put it all into the Vitamix, and I puree it. So any of the collagen that I can pull off the bones, anything that's in the bottom of the Instant Pot, any of the little pieces of meat, anything like that, it all gets pureed into the Vitamix with the liquid, and you end up with this. So it is super fatty, super delicious. You could drink this as a meal, and I'm not adding anything to it. So if you want collagen, that's where you get it. Maybe we'll make a video exactly how I make my bone broth. Okay, we're gonna bring up some memories from my dad. When I was growing up, my dad was 100% German. He loved to make his own sausage. So today I'm gonna attempt to make our own hot dogs because Rachel loves hot dogs. So we're gonna try to do this. I've never made my own hot dogs. If it works out, we're gonna make a recipe video. So I'm not gonna go into everything here because this may be an epic fail, but I'm at least gonna show you how we start. Okay, first thing we need is some sheep casings or sheep intestines. So I bought these on Amazon. This is the 20 to 30 millimeter size. Pretty inexpensive, and I will leave a link for it down below. Then for the meat, we're gonna use some chuck roast. This is from our cow, so it still has the bone in it. So I like chuck roast because chuck roast is nice and fatty, and we want our hot dogs to be nice and fatty. So first thing I need to do is cut the bone away from this and then cut this up into pieces. So now that we got all of the meat removed off the bone, what we're gonna do is just cut this into small chunks to allow us to process it a little bit better in our meat grinder. You can go as small or as big as you want. I'm basically looking for like 1 inch by 1 inch cubes. And again, you can cut it down smaller if you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this into a Ziploc bag. And I'm going to put this in the freezer while I work on everything else because the colder the meat, the easier it is going to be to grind it up. Okay, we've got the meat. It's nice and cold. Not frozen completely, but you definitely want it super cold. We're going to go ahead and grind it up now. Now, one thing when you do this, I know you need to keep the meat super cold. So we're going to grind it through the bigger setting, and then we may put it back in the freezer for like 10 minutes and then regrind it. But I'm not going to show you everything because, again, this is just me trying it. If it works, we'll do its own video. So I'm just thinking, Rachel is not home. Now would be the perfect time to go get a bunch of liver and mix it in here and see if she would notice. But unfortunately, I'm out of liver. Okay, I got my spices and I've got my ground meat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this in as well as I can. And if I need to, I'll wet my hands to kind of mix it in so the meat doesn't stick to my hands. And I want to do this pretty quickly because, again, I want to work with cold meat. Okay, that part's done. We're going to put that back in the freezer, and we're going to get our food processor ready. Now, before we get anything going, we're going to actually start cleaning some of these sheep casings. So it comes actually tied knots, and we don't need all of this. What we're going to do is we're going to pull out like 3 of them. So these are preserved in salt. So these, you can see all of the salt on my hands. So what we need to do is carefully separate them. And we're gonna go ahead and just put this into like some water. Let them rinse for about 20 minutes. And then we're gonna keep rinsing them out. You can see all of that salt is immediately coming off, but there's gonna be salt inside of them and everything. So this should be enough for the batch that we made. The rest I'm gonna put back into this bag and use them if we turn this into a full video. Okay, got my food processor. I'm gonna go ahead and put my meat in here. Then I've got a cup of crushed ice. I'm gonna put about a half a cup in here. We're gonna go ahead and blend this. Okay, so you really want this to be like a batter, like almost like it needs to go a little bit longer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more ice water in here and we're gonna keep blending it. So yep, that's what I'm looking for. It's almost like it's a very smooth texture. You could probably even let this go just another couple of minutes. Maybe even add just a touch more water, but I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. Okay, that was interesting. I ended up actually changing because I realized this was a messy job, especially with only one person. I think if you had two people, it would be much easier. I had a couple times where we had a blowout, where the sausage casing ripped, but I think that was because I was trying to stuff it and I wasn't holding on to it, and then I was stuffing it and trying to move the casing along at the same time. So if you had one person kind of stuffing it and the other person moving the casing along, it definitely would have gone a little bit easier. I have read online that the KitchenAid attachment can make hot dogs, but it's a little bit more difficult than compared to making regular sausage, and that's because, hot dogs is an emulsified meat, so it's very like gluey and sticky as opposed to just putting chunks of meat, grinding it up, and pushing it in. This is like, it's like a glue almost. But we did do it, and they're all different shapes, unfortunately, because I did have blowouts. Like, look at this little tiny one. Then we got this one. Then we have this one. Then I would say what probably would have been better if every couple, again, having two people would have helped if I would have done the twisting, because I had one big long link, and then when I went to twist it, it exploded. So, but overall, I'm pretty happy for my first time ever making hot dogs. Again, I've made sausage before, but I've never tried hot dogs. I would also say I probably should have emulsified the meat a little bit more. I can still see little pieces of fat in here, but it smells really good, and that hopefully gonna bring it over to the taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna parboil these. So I'm gonna put them in simmering water for about 25 minutes. Then I'm gonna put them in the refrigerator, and maybe we'll eat them later on for dinner.
Ooh, look at this.
How are your chickens doing?
They're doing so good. They are completely adorable. I cannot get enough of their little fluffy bottoms. I mean, just so stinking cute. And I love how they come a day old, like ready to be taught new things.
I know, you're really enjoying that.
I love it so much. You get to show them, like, this is the food. This is the water. This is your mama.
Should we show them this is your cousin? And this is what happens when you don't produce eggs.
We are not going to be showing them our food here. No.
Okay, so we're going to have some chicken wings. I had a whole bunch of points, and they don't let you use your points on Tuesday. So I figured use them today so that we didn't have to cook.
What is going on here?
Okay, so this is my first attempt at a hot dog. So I've made sausages before.
Okay.
Now, first of all, we need a thicker casing.
Right.
I made these with the KitchenAid stand mixer, which it grinds the food really good. It stuffs really good. Stuffing hot dogs, I'm not quite sure because it's an emulsified meat. But I am going to get an inexpensive standalone vertical sausage maker because you won't have to clean out the gears and stuff.
I like that.
So what we're looking for here, first of all, they're not red, which you would actually get them red from like a nitrate kind of thing, which I'm going to do in the next batch. So this was my first attempt at just throwing spices.
I'm so proud of you.
So are you ready? But it's
Yeah.
more of the size of those like Italian kind of sausages.
It is.
So we're going for flavor, not looks.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Okay, flavor's good. It's not a hot dog. I think it's more on like...
It's like a
sausagey?
sausagey?
It's like a Polish sausage. I think I need to alter my seasonings.
Oh my gosh, it's good though.
I like that, but it's not a hot dog.
But the beef flavor.
Now, I think one of the things that's missing for it to be a hot dog is the snap. And that comes from the stuffing, like the way you stuff it. And I think if we had a better stuffer, you would get a more compact thing, and it also would be better. This would be a great date thing.
Okay, I'm
to
in.
do like two people, because if one person's stuffing the meat or cranking the handle,
Yeah.
and then the other person is actually feeding it along, I think you'll get a better stuffing. But I think flavor-wise,
It is delicious. Super buttery,
it's
fatty.
a Polish sausage flavor.
I will help in the effort to make more of these guys.
Well, there's a bunch more that I've done. Again, this was the first attempt.
You made it yourself.
Once we perfect it, we'll make a full video on how to do this. But here's the best thing. You know what the ingredient is?
What?
Beef and then spices.
And
no
that's it.
sugar, no fillers, nothing like that. So like,
And you
it's
got
beef.
to make it yourself.
And you made it yourself. And it's cheaper because, like, the bottom line, grass-fed, grass-finished beef hot dogs, not cheap.
No.
And this it cost us $5.80 a pound, $5.50 a pound hanging weight. It's about $6.50 a pound. I used the chuck roast, and I got a lot. You know, I got a lot of them.
It is so delicious.
Try this amazing protein drink I made. Came up with this on my own. I know you're expecting a protein drink.
That is good. This is bone broth, isn't it?
It's kind of like a bone broth.
Did you put cream in it?
No, there's no cream in there. This is literally, so the reason it's this color is because what I did was normally you would just soak all your bones in the water, maybe a
Wow.
little bit of carrots, onions for flavor, then you strain it out and you have pure liquid, right?
Right.
What I did was, when I was done, I took all the collagen, the little pieces of beef and everything, I threw it all in the Vitamix, and I didn't want to lose any of that collagen,
Oh
any
my
of that
gosh.
beef, any of that delicious protein. And how much collagen does this have in here? Now it's been in the refrigerator for a couple of hours.
Oh my gosh. But I'm going to be putting that on my body.
This is like, no, this is broth. This is like a soup, but look at that, all the way down. It is like all the way down.
But
this
what
is
I
not just a
need-
little bit of fat on the top.
What I mean is, I want that collagen in my body.
Oh yeah.
Doing its thing.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And this way, there's no texture issues. I don't have to like chew on a bunch of bones. I'm getting it all.
Yeah.
I like it in liquid form.
This is really, really good.
I would
And
swear
very filling.
that there's
There's no cream. It is literally
And you didn't add butter to it.
nothing. It is literally the collagen off of the knuckle bones, the little bit of beef that was left on the bones. The
Wow.
only thing that wasn't beef in here, you had water and then beef. The only thing wasn't in here is one of the kids had chopped up some celery,
Yeah.
and they were using as snack sticks. So maybe about 8 pieces of celery, about that long, that I chopped up, and I just threw in there for some celery flavor. And then some like Redmond seasoned salt.
I could drink like a mason jar full of that.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
that is delicious.
really good. All done in the Instant Pot.
So set it and forget it. Come back.
And then just blend it up in the Vitamix to get
This is the way to do it, because here's the thing. The holidays are coming. What are you going to do to make a gravy? That would make an incredible
Oh,
gravy.
it is like a gravy. Okay, so here
Absolutely perfect.
you go. It literally is a gravy. So, I mean, this is weird, but like you can eat your bone broth. It's literally almost
oh my
like
gosh.
beef collagen butter.
Mix that in with some ground beef.
Now, if you heat this up, you'll get the soup.
Mix that in with like the cauliflower rice if you're trying to make cauli mashed potatoes. Hello.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got a bunch of wings. We're gonna have wings for dinner.
Not even the most entertaining thing on our plate.
No, just lots of different things today. So
Wow.
So let us know down in the comments section, are you interested in seeing a full video on how we made this bone broth? And also let us know, are you interested in videos on making sausage? Because we do love sausage. Rachel is a hot dog fanatic.
I love it.
And then when the Prime sale came around, it just kind of put a bee in her bonnet, was like, can we really go back to making sausage? And she really wants hot dogs. So,
Okay.
But let us know, are you interested in us making videos about how to do it? Like, you know, one of our favorite things used to be the chicken sausages that you would get, like, what is it, the deals that you would get in Costco and stuff. Like, we can start making some of those if I get a sausage stuffer. And it is pretty, most of us have a KitchenAid, so you can get the KitchenAid attachment.
Here's what I know. Last year, my one great idea was we need to go ahead and get that creamy. Okay? I think that was a good idea. Maybe I didn't have 365 great ideas, but I had one. And this year, I feel like my idea is we're going to make some of our own sausages, our own hot dogs. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. It's time to get the nonsense out of our
Yeah.
food.
I love it.
Again, are we going to still eat store-bought hot dogs once in a while? Yeah, but we've got beef. You can use the KitchenAid thing. I'm just looking for as easy as possible.
Let's try it.
With a regular sausage stuffer, I can do all different kinds of sizes, whereas the KitchenAid, you can basically do 2 different sizes. But hey, most of us have a KitchenAid because most of us are making like the bread.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And the KitchenAid attachment you can get for as little as like $35.
Let's find something meaty to do with that KitchenAid.
If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent videos I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we make something new, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.